Well, even without a cigar and a whiskey, what's your thoughts on that last game against BC?
It's been a long time ago because I did have some cigars and I did have some good scotch, and I thought about world problems and tariffs and making sure that we're winning games. So, honestly, to be quite honest with you, it'd be a long time that I can remember it. But I wish we were able to, and I could have done a better job. And it hurts me to my core that we didn't be able to win that game. So, and I wanted to give those guys the best chance and opportunity. So it was a good bye week and that kind of thing, but a bye week that I wish we were able to smile maybe a little bit more. But excited to be out here again, so that's about it.
You guys ran the ball very effectively, obviously, but for people that watched that game and they'd say, hey, it looked like Drew kind of was working with the stripped-down playbook a little bit when it came to passing the football, what would your response be to that? Because you guys didn't really air it out too much, really.
Well, like I said before, I'm trying to win that game. And if we run the ball too much or we don't run the ball enough, it's like my kids going to a steakhouse. Someone wants chicken nuggets, someone wants that. I believe that we have to do the best thing for the team, and that's what we tried to do. We were able to run the ball effectively at times, but in regards to that, it takes all, are we doing our, I guess, your 1/12, so to speak, when we're able to do it. And then when you're called upon to throw or called upon to run, that we've got to be able to execute. And I've got to do, obviously, a better job of coaching and getting them into the position to be able to do that, on a consistent basis. That's more important than anything.
So what does that look like for you? And after 8 games, just what are your thoughts on this offense overall?
Right now I feel like we're very consistent, inconsistently consistent, and we've got to be able to finish those things. But in order to do that kind of thing, you're not just going to, look at the outcome, so to speak. You got to look at I guess you chop wood and carry water, that kind of thing. And you have to be able to do those things and not look just at the outcome. You got to look at the full what goes into the play and not just the stat or the ending of it. Every play has its own, a paragraph or own chapter, and the ending of the chapter is just the stat. We've got to be worried about what's happening within that whole play and not worry about the outcome, so to speak. The outcome will take care of itself. So, and I've got to be able to coach that, and I've got to have to coach that way in order for them to think that way.
How much can Zach be the quote-unquote savior for this offense?
I don't think I wouldn't say savior for anyone, so no one's a savior. I think it's, to be, it always takes everyone. You've gotten a chance to see that, and the guys that have come in, and that would be a discredit to all the other, not just the other 11 or 12 that have been playing, and that would be wrong to say. And quite honestly, I think for the guys that have played, he's played the first 3 games, so they went 3-2, so that would be unfair and not right to say, in my opinion.
Is it fair to say, though, you need more from your quarterbacks, whoever it is?
I think that we need more from myself, more from the quarterbacks, more from everyone. I'm keeping asking. I think anytime that you're in that, inconsistent type of thing, we've got to be able to identify it, correct it, and then move on. I got to tell those guys why it's happening, when it's happening, and then how we're going to fix it. And that's what we did, and that's why those cigars and those scotch was so good this week.